Former President Donald Trump sparking backlash this morning after a video posted to his social media account seemingly suggests there will be a unified Reich if he wins the 2024 election.
Donald Trump wins. What's next for America?
Those words are largely associated with Nazi Germany and Adolf Hitler's Third Reich, another name for his Nazi regime.
Well, the Democratic Party are at Donald Trump's throat this morning after his campaign reposted a video essentially referencing a united or unified Reich, which of course we all know invokes Hitler's Third Reich during Nazi Germany. Now, before we get to what Trump has to say about the ad and how his opponents have reacted, let's actually watch the full video so you have the full context of what has led to so much outrage.
What happens after Donald Trump wins? What's next for America? The economy booms. American energy is unleashed and an end to crushing taxes. The border is closed and the largest deportation in history is underway. No more wars as we focus on home. Law and order is restored. The American dream is back and the best is yet to come. Make America great again.
I love the inclusion of the best is yet to come, of course, reminding us all of Kimberly Guilfoyle's unhinged speech. Anyway, now, under the big headline that says, what's next for America, there's a smaller headline that appears to read, industrial strength significantly increased, driven by the creation of a unified Reich. That looks pretty bad, right? That looks pretty like, why would you include that in your ad? Well, there is an explanation for it. And so let's get to that explanation. So it looks like whoever put this ad together didn't actually write out those words. So the controversial text appears to be a placeholder or placeholder text from a video editing template for Adobe After Effects. So the newspaper vintage historical headlines template, which can be downloaded as part of a subscription service, includes the same text about World War I that was spotted in the Trump ad. So whoever put it together apparently didn't pay close enough attention to edit that text from this video template that they utilized to make this pro-Trump ad. So that's the explanation. Trump later took it down after receiving a ton of backlash over it. It is possible whoever made it just neglected to take out the placeholder text. After the word was spotted and called out, the video did stay up for a while. So the video, which was posted at 1:58 p.m. Eastern time, when the trial in Trump's hush money trial was at lunch. The video was taken down Tuesday morning after existing on Trump's social media page for more than 18 hours. Now, the Trump campaign said in response to the backlash that, quote, this was not a campaign video. It was created by a random account online and reposted by a staffer who clearly did not see the word while the president was in court. But Biden's team, of course, has taken full advantage of the situation for campaigning purposes.
Pausing here to deliver some honest truth as we do in our news coverage as well. TYT is facing challenges, guys, as the entire industry is. You know who could make the difference? You. If you hit the join button below, it's gonna make all the difference and keep us in business. We appreciate you, thank you.
Kamala Harris, for instance, had this to say during remarks in Philadelphia at the Service Employees International Union, SEIU, of course, convention. Let's watch.
This kind of rhetoric is unsurprising coming from the former president, and it is appalling. And we got to tell him who we are. And once again, it shows our freedoms and our very democracy are at stake.
Are they? I mean, is that why you have a feeble 81-year-old man who's doing poorly in the polls, especially in the swing states, running against the guy who serves as a threat to democracy? Okay, and Biden has weighed in as well with the same, scare tactics, fear mongering about Trump. You guys get the point. So Cenk, I'm curious what you have to say about this.
Yeah, so I think this is a relatively minor story because it's not Trump's ad. He reposted it, and then when it was called out, he took it down. So it's not the biggest deal in the world. Now, having said that, why does it stick? So if Biden had made this mistake, Biden has 1,000 problems. but being a potential fascist isn't necessarily one of them. I know Republicans will say, oh, he is, blah, 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 right? But like talk of the unified Reich, Biden would never do that. So why did this story stick? Because Donald Trump has had dinner with Nazis. Nick Fuentes and Kanye West came over, they palled around. They both have said that Hitler's a good guy. And then he said that there were good people on the Nazi side of Charlottesville. I know you can keep making 1,000 excuses, 1,000 excuses.
Can I give you another example, Cenk, before you continue? Let's go to the next video, because you're right. Like, Trump doesn't do himself any favors. And so when like a mistake like this is made and there's a real explanation for it, it's understandable why people immediately jump on it and believe that Trump meant to like celebrate the Third Reich. So I want to give you another example of Trump really not helping himself.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. They poison mental institutions and prisons all over the world, not just in South America, not just the 3 or 4 countries that we think about. Nobody has ever seen anything like we're witnessing right now. It is a very sad thing for our country. It's poisoning the blood of our country. It's so bad, and people are coming in with disease. People are coming in with every possible thing that you can have. They're ruining our country. And it's true. They're destroying the blood of our country. That's what they're doing. They're destroying our country. They don't like it when I said that. And I never read Mein Kampf. They said, oh, Hitler said that in a much different way. And they're destroying the blood of our country. They're destroying the fabric of our country.
So he uses rhetoric that is reminiscent of Nazi rhetoric, including, referring to political opponents as vermin. Just use other words. Like don't use those words. They don't help you. But obviously he won't take that advice, and he keeps using the kind of language that leads these types of stories where an actual mistake was made, sticking and making headlines for a full day.
Yeah, poisoning the blood of the country is direct Nazi quote. Nobody uses poisoning the blood other than the Nazis. Sorry, it just hasn't happened historically. Those are the guys who used it. Because it's why the blood? He's mentioned the blood like 3-4 times, right? Because that's the genes of it. So the Aryans had pure genes, and Trump in the past has talked about his pure genes, and he even once said pure German genes. Okay, so immigrants poison the blood of the country by bringing in different gene pool of the inferior races. And he's talked about how he wants to be dictator, pretending that it was just for one day, blah, blah, blah. He said for one day in that one interview, but he said it in other places, and he said it 100 times, how much he likes how Kim Jong-il and Xi Jinping and Putin, etc., either strongmen or dictators, how they command the respect of everyone. Yeah, because otherwise they get murdered. And so he said he talks positively about them all the time, and how they're listened to and no one could ever defy them. So if you go around cheerleading for dictators, telling us how great Nazis are and palling around with them, when you have a Nazi statement in your ad, even if it's an accident, people wonder if it's an accident. So cry me a river on oh wow, that's a little bit unfair to Trump. Okay, fine. But here we are, we're fair. We're not like the other media. We're not saying he did it on purpose. We're not implying he did it on purpose. And we're telling you that he eventually did take it out. But the problem is, this is a pattern with him, and it's a very, very dangerous pattern. And if you can't see it, you're trying not to see it.
Right. And I am happy that President Joe Biden seems to take issue with rhetoric that might imply that someone would be in favor of exterminating innocent people, because Biden would never be in favor of that kind of rhetoric or that kind of action, right?
Top so-called ally were to say from the river to the sea, as he's actually wiping out a race in that area. I mean, it's not like Biden would send him $20 billion and go, attaboy, go keep going. No. Biden's
the decent one in this race, right? Biden's the moral one. He's the good guy.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.